Hi everyone. Today in our virtual class, we are going to learn a new non detailed text, that is The Tempest, written by William Shakespeare. As we have learned earlier, William Shakespeare is well known for his dramas. He has almost written 37 English plays, and one among them is The Tempest. So, this particular play has been given to you as a non detailed text. Before we learn the story in detail, let me introduce all the important characters of the play. The first important character is Prospero, who is the Duke of Milan. So he's the Duke of a place named Milan, and his daughter Miranda. So along with these two, Prospero's brother, his name is Antonio. In fact, Antonio is the one who betrays his own brother, Prospero. In fact, he is the villain of the play. Along with Antonio is other conspirators, or Alonso, who is the king of Naples, and his son Ferdinand, his brother Sebastian, and along with all these characters, one faithful servant of Prospero, his name was old Gonzalo, and along with all these human characters, there are also some spirits in the play. The name of such spirit, one bad spirit, which craft name Sycorax, and another one Caliban, and the name of the good spirit is Ariel. So these are the most important characters in the play. So now let us learn the story of this particular play, The Tempest. So here, Prospero was the Duke of Milan, and he had a brother named Antonio. Prospero was deeply loved duke. He was liked by everyone. But unfortunately, he put too much trust in his brother Antonio. So anything no beyond a limit is dangerous. So what Prospero did here was he allowed Antonio to manage the kingdom for many years, as he was very much interested in learning about magic. So, in a way, apart from being a duke, he was also a very good magician. So, he allowed Antonio to look after the country. But Antonio wanted more than what was given. And he sought to kill Prospero to steal his kingdom and wealth. So, Antonio decided not to kill Prospero, but to exile him, but to take him away and put him in some other unknown place, maybe in the middle of a sea, or leave him in an island, like that, he thought. He did this with the help of Prospero's. Prospero had another enemy, so he joined hands with his enemy, and that enemy's name was Alonso, so who was the king of Naples. So Antonio took Prospero out to the sea along with his daughter Miranda, and then left him on the deserted island. So almost deserted, nobody. It is an inhabited island. No human being had gone to that place before, and he left them in the middle of the sea, and just there without any tools for moving. So he was just left in the middle of the sea. However, there was hope for Prospero on that larger boat. How there he had got help from his faithful servant. His name was Gonzalo. What Gonzalo had done was he has kept secretly beneath the boat fresh water, food, clothes, and books. That the books which Prospero used to read. Then generally those books are about magic. The island, so they moved from the boat and somehow they reached an island. The island that they were cast off to was a magical island. The island which they were moving and they were about to reach was an island which was full of magic. For years, the island was under the spell of the new dead witch named Sycorax. So, for many years, this particular island was tied by a witch, a bad spirit named Sycorax. So what did this bad spirit had done was it had imprisoned all the good spirits inside the trunks of each tree. Inside the trunk, all the good spirits were tied up there. And one of those spirit was Ariel. That good spirit, one which was tied inside, was Ariel. And this was an interesting opportunity for Prospero because he was well versed with magic. And with his magic skills, he was able to save all the good spirits out from the trunk. And finally, all the evil spirits and all were tied. In fact, one of the most evil spirit was, or the witchcraft was, Sycorax. Now, we knew that while Antonio was managing the kingdom, Prospero was devoted to magic. He set out, because of that skill, he was able to set all the spirits free. And after setting all the good spirits free, he kept the spirits obedient to his will. He didn't just set them free and to go on their own. He made all the good spirits to obey him, all the spirits, but he treated only one spirit badly. That spirit name was Caliban. Caliban, he was the son of the old witch, that is Sycorax. So that alone was not treated well. The rest of the good spirit, whichever he released from all the trunks of the tree, he made every spirit to obey his orders. So like that it happened, and many years went by, and now Miranda has grown up and has become a very fair lady. Like that going. One day, while they were in the island, in the sea, there was a boat. You can say a big ship was carrying uh, Prospero's brother. You remember Antonio, Alonso, Alonso with his brother, and his son Ferdinand. They all were coming in the sea together with old Gonzalo. You remember the faithful servant of Prospero, old Gonzalo. And their ship was coming near Prospero's island. So they had forgotten after many years, and they were crossing, and they were coming closer to that island where Prospero was living. Prospero, knowing they were coming closer to them, he raised a great storm. That great storm, that is what is the tempest. So that is what the why the play has been named the Tempest as well. He raised a great, because of through his magic skill, he raised a great storm, a tempest, and caused even the best sailors to give themselves up for lost. Even the best sailor would have lost sailing because of the tempest which was raised by him. And the first among them who was washed with because of the tempest was Ferdinand, the son of Alonso. That is, Alonso was the king of Naples. His son Ferdinand, who leapt into the sea, followed by the rest of the crew. The others and all were washed on the other side. The spirit Ariel saved Ferdinand, so they all were washed. Now, that was only a trick or a magic done by Prospero. So the spirit Ariel saved Ferdinand, and the rest were brought ashore by the strong waves hilariously. And they were all, and the rest of the people, except Ferdinand, they all were taken to the seashore. And Ferdinand was saved, and Prospero commands Ariel to bring him to the island. And after Ferdinand comes to the island, Prospero shows his daughter all of this. He has this. Now, whatever was happening in the sea, the incident, the tempest being raised, all the people being washed away, Ferdinand being saved by Ariel, the other members not taken to the shore, everything he shows it to his daughter Miranda. He also tells her life story and how they came to be marooned on this island. Now only after so many years, after she has grown up and after she has become fair lady, then he tells about the incidents which happened, why they were marooned in this island. So he tells her that he was the Duke of Milan, and because of the conspirators, that is Antonio and all the others, he was put in this particular place. So these things now only Miranda also comes to know about the consequences which has left them to be in this island. So at this time, Ariel goes to carry out Prospero's command and brings Ferdinand to Prospero. He brings Ferdinand to Prospero. So Miranda, for the first time, she sees another human being other than her father, because all the others were spirits. And that too, she was not shown the trick done by the spirits so far. Now only her father revealed the secret for the first time. For the first time, Miranda is seeing a human being other than her father, because she has always seen her father having a grey beard, having wrinkles, an old image. For the first time, she's seeing a very young, handsome man. So that was a different kind of living creature which she was witnessing. And as they see each other, Miranda and Ferdinand mutually fall in love with each other. Prospero was delighted to know that they both have fell in love with each other, but he called Ferdinand a spy. Just he wanted to test and make sure that Ferdinand's love was true. So to make that, he just makes him to just calls him that I don't have trust in you. I suspect that you are a spy. But he gives him a test. If I am to believe that your love is true, he Prospero gives a test to him, asking him to carry thousands of logs, no wood logs. So Miranda falls deeper in love. Once she sees him, just to prove his love, the kind of activity he was ready to undertake, Miranda was more impressed. And with Ferdinand, and she herself was willing to help him carry the logs, but Ferdinand refused to take her help. And later on, Prospero understands that the love of Ferdinand is true, and finally he is expelled from the spell, the test which he was given. So Prospero allows Ferdinand to marry Miranda. In the meantime, Ariel, the spirit, he was commanded by Prospero to bring all the other sailors who were traveling in the ship, that is Prospero's brother and the king of Naples, Alonso, and the rest of them. So he was asked to bring. So Ariel goes to them, and Ariel criticizes Antonio and the group for their sins and vanishes. He just reminds them the kind of sin which they have done. Especially he reminds about the betrayal which Antonio and his group has done to Prospero. Then Prospero summons them to his side of the island. Then he brings everybody to the side of this island. And when they arrive, they are deeply sorrow for their sins which they have committed then. They felt very sorry for the sins which they have committed to Prospero then. Prospero then. So Prospero tells about the difficult times he and Miranda had in the island. So he was telling about the difficulties and the tough times he and his very young daughter. She was very small, very small. She was just an infant at the time. The difficulties he had in raising his daughter and the difficulties he faced in the new island. So everything was narrated by Prospero to the group. At the time, Alonso, the king of Naples, felt very sorry to Prospero for what happened, and he also felt sorry that he believed that he had lost his dear son Ferdinand, because he's the first, the only person who was missing in the ship which they were sailing was his son Ferdinand. He felt deeply mourned the absence or the loss of his son. But for that, Prospero pulled back a curtain. He pulled back a curtain, and through that curtain, he showed Alonso. So what was happening when the curtain was? No, what did they see through the curtain was Alonso saw Miranda, his daughter, and Ferdinand playing chess. Alonso was overwhelmed. He was very happy to see his son still alive, and he was overwhelmed. He was very happy. And at the end, they all were happy because they all were very safe, and they also came to know that the ship was also safe and it was in the harbor. And the next day, they all set sail for Naples. So they all get ready to travel to Naples, where they are decided to marry Ferdinand to Miranda. So that's what they planned. And finally, Prospero, after many years of absence, he was away from his country, Milan, and he went back to his country, Milan, and he was once again enthroned as the Duke of Milan. So this is what is the story of the play The Tempest. So well, children, I hope all of you would have known the summary of this particular story. Now I want all of you to learn all the new words which you come across in the non-detailed text given to your textbook, and find the meanings for all of them. And also I would like all of you to write the summary of the play, and then finally all of you can narrate the story to me. I hope through this your vocabulary, that is passive vocabulary, can be improved. Your reading skills will be improved. Your understanding of non-detail, when you read the story on your own, your understanding skills might improve, and also your creativity when you read the story also will be improved in you. So, with this, we complete today's class. So, I'll meet you in yet another class with yet another topic. Until then, this is your English master, Saravana Chandra, signing off. Goodbye.